Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Tembo on Wheels. Today I've got the AW Polo GTI for a POV drive. We're only going to be doing a POV drive. A review will follow at a later stage. So what I want you to do right now is to hit the subscription button, like this video, comment and share this video on your WhatsApp statuses and everywhere where you can possibly share. And thanks a lot guys for 4,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that. As you may already know, this car is powered by a 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine producing 147 kilowatts as well as 300 newton meters of torque. So that is decent performance for a car in this segment. There's actually no competition for this car. It is the only one that you can buy in this particular segment. So I'll need to close the sunroof for now because we're not gonna need this for now. I'm just gonna have it closed. There's too much wind coming in, so yeah, let me just have that off. So if you're wondering why exactly should you buy a Polo GTI, I'm gonna demonstrate to you now what exactly is the reason you should buy a Polo GTI. So this is more of a car that you buy when you want to have fun, more so of something like this. So this car is actually fun to drive guys. So I think if you really want something like that, this is the car to go for. So the 2-liter engine that is used in this car is the E8888. It is the same engine that is used in the Golf as well as in some of the Audi variants that use a 2-liter engine. So it's an E8888, very much well documented engine. So if you're scared of having issues with the engine in your Polo GTI, just know that it's almost the same issues that are experienced in all these other cars in terms of the engine because they share the same engine. So basically you're driving a Golf that has been detuned when you're driving an AW Polo GTI. So the facelifted one as well as the pre-facelift share the same engine, same performance, same everything. So the 2-liter engine in this car is mated to a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. Quite nice. It responds very fast in terms of changing gears and all of that. And that is the nice thing about driving a car that has got a DCT or a DSG transmission. The car is comfortable. As you may have seen on the intro clips, the car is riding on the 18 inches alloys, low profiles. I guess on a rough surface, they do not actually give you the best comfort in the car, but on a flat surface like this one, the car is really responsive. So one thing that defines a proper performance hatchback is also how it handles on corners like this ones. So if I was driving my Ballad and doing exactly what I was doing here, I was not gonna get a good response at all. But because this is a performance car, it's a hot hatch, it was actually giving me a good handling around that corner. All right. Yo, I don't know, people who are tuning these cars, what exactly are you trying to achieve? Because for me, this car is very responsive, unless you are tuning the car with the purpose of using it for racing purposes, taking it for drag races and all of that. But for me, this car is sufficient in terms of how it responds. You can easily break the law without struggling anyhow. So I'm just gonna demonstrate that going down here. I'm just gonna wait for the car and the bus there in front to pass. Let me just move slowly so that someone coming behind does not get that impatient, but there's no one. So yeah, it is very responsive. I somewhat do not get the reason why I would need to tune this car. The engine, yes, it allows you to play around with it because it's basically a Golf engine that has been detuned. So that exactly there is what also defines a performance car, particularly in this platform. So if you do that with an ordinary car, move like that around the curves, you are going to find yourself calling your insurance company to say, guys, I was playing with the car, it showed me flames. So that is something you must never try with an ordinary car that is not a performance car. So basically this one, everything on it is designed in a way that it allows you to play around with it. The suspension, how it handles, and everything around that. So it is quite a nice car. Let's just take a turn to this side. It is quite a nice car. Let's see. Yeah, guys, this car is very responsive. And one other thing is that if you really want to use this car for as your daily car, it does actually allow you to use it as your daily, because not always you're gonna be driving in sport mode. Most of the time you can drive in eco, normal, or sport if you want this kind of performance. Currently the car is on sport, so to change your drive modes you simply click on this button here that is written modes, and then it's gonna show on the screen. Let me click once again. So here it's showing eco, normal, sport, and individual. So on individual you can simply say change, and then everything is normal, 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 normal. So you can actually change everything right from here. So you can change everything to sport or whatever that you want, but the car currently is on sport. Let's see. The steering wheel, you can put it on sport. You can put the sport suspension select, currently on sport, and then the drive must be on sport as well. The engine sound must be on sport. The air conditioning, no, we're not gonna need an air condition, but yeah, we can just have it on. Let's have it on normal. Then yeah. Yeah, that is basically an AW Polo GTI. I've got more reasons to like this car over the 320i, because what I'm currently doing here is not something that you can be able to do it in what do you call the car that I just mentioned now, the 320i. So it doesn't really allow you to do that. So also this car is a magnet. As you pass around people, they really pay attention to the car, which is what I like. Although the Beamer does as well, but this one has more aura. So when you arrive, people turn their heads, even the guys in front. So yay. I gave them a bit of a taste. So that was quite nice, but I just want us to turn here and go back that way. Yeah, so guys, there's more things that I can say about a Polo GTI that are going to be nice, and it's basically because I love the AW Polo GTI, and I feel like if you're really looking for a car in this segment, this can actually be one of the options that you opt for, because it really offers you more than what you can get in any other car. So now let's talk about competition. Does this car really have competition? I don't think so. I don't think the Suzuki Swift Sport I do not think that the Suzuki Swift Sport has this ability to do this thing. So I'm just gonna put this thing to manual. Now I just wanted to grab the guy's attention there. So this car is also an attention grabber. When you pass everywhere, they look at you. So if you're wondering what is happening here, some university sports, people are coming from different countries, came here. Yeah, so that is basically what is happening. The road is open now. Let's go. Well, what do I think about the stock exhaust pipe? Is it something that you need to upgrade, or you can leave it as stock? My view is that leave it as stock unless you want those pops and bangs. But I do not think the car really needs an upgrade if you're not really a person of loud exhaust pipes and all of that. So I really think it's nice to be in a car that has got a downpipe and everything, but then under normal circumstances you do not need that. On a daily basis, you simply need to be driving the car on eco like a normal person. So I'm simply gonna put the car back to eco. Yeah, the car is on eco now. So now we're just driving the car like any other car. It's not gonna give you the best performance, and when the car is on eco, it's not sending out the whole 147 kilowatts to the wheels. It is simply sending something below that. I don't know exactly, but there's that option of showing. I don't know how to get to that. Let's see. All right, here it is. So it does show here how much of kilowatts are being sent to the wheels the engine is producing at the time. So on sport, that's where I would expect the engine to produce to send out all the power that it is able to send out. And then you get this nice steering wheel perforated over here. This part is leather, and I think I like the haptic touch. Don't get me wrong, this is still nice, but I feel like the haptic touch really gives this car a different feel over these buttons. I don't know what you guys think, but I really feel like it's something that was supposed to be there as an option, that if you want the haptic touch option, you do get that. Because here down here on the air conditioning system, you also do not get what you call the physical knobs or physical buttons. It's all touch sensitive, and it is quite nice to use. And I think if you're not used to it, you kind of get used to it as time goes by. So there's nothing wrong with that. So now let's talk about the issue of price. The pricing of this car. Yo guys, this car is expensive, I must say. But then it's really nothing to complain about. That is the market price. There's nothing wrong about the price. It is just a bit expensive for an ordinary South African. But that is the market price. Because if you were to look at some of the cars that you would buy, which would come closer to this car, like the 1 Series. I know it's not the same segment, but when you look at the price of the 1 Series and that of the Audi A3 and others, they come in at a bit more price. So that is where I then say this car is the most reasonably priced performance hatchback, because it also doesn't have competition. I guess if there was competition for this car, we were gonna speak in different terms, but there is currently no competition. It is only the Polo GTI. If you've been following this channel for quite some time, you know that we might actually get a Polo GTI as a channel car. If you support that, please say in the comment section. If you do not support that, please do say in the comment section. I want to get your views, guys. And yeah, at the end of the day, we must buy a car that a lot of you guys who have subscribed, you've been watching these videos, who have been supporting this YouTube channel really like. We shouldn't just get a car that none of you guys really understand. Like, I guess a lot of you guys will be mad at me if I pull with a Megane RS or something along those lines, because I mean, who buys that in today's time? No one really does that. But I really appreciate your inputs all the time. Some of you have opened my eyes somewhere where I was not seeing things properly, and I really appreciate all the engagements that we're having. Now we're testing out the exhaust system on sport mode. Sunroof open, seats dropped, windows opened ajar. Let's go. Oh, this really feels so good. Let's go. Now the windows are bringing in more air, as well as the sunroof. I might as well close it and just only have the so now I guess you were able to catch the sound, but now I only have the seats dropped. We're gonna test it out with the seats dropped. Oh, this was super nice, eh? So the sound is really good.